Hey, it's Brent Messmer with Technical Taekwondo. Today's video we are going to be talking about speed. We are starting a video series on speed and how to kick faster. We're basing this concept off of Bruce Lee's 5 different types of speed, which are performance speed, perception speed, mental speed, initiation speed, and alteration speed. So today's video we're primarily focusing on performance speed. We're also working on some isometric training drills to help develop your leg strength so that you can kick faster. The second video is also on performance speed, but we're focusing on exercises to develop your fast twitch muscles, which is the other method of training and drilling for faster kicks. The third video is going to be really focusing on reaction speed and reducing your reaction time. And then the fourth video is going to be talking about alteration speed and changing of rhythms to make you appear faster. Let's just go ahead and get into it. So when we're talking about performance speed, we're talking about eliminating or removing anything that is unnecessary for the strike itself. So you want to eliminate any tells that you do, whether you are taking a small step before you kick, or you twitch your shoulder before you jab. Whatever it may be, we want to eliminate anything that we're doing that is unnecessary. Refining your movements or efficiency in movement is the key to striking and reacting quickly. One of the things that we always want to go back to when we're training is going back to our basic techniques and refining and breaking down whatever specific skill it is that you want to work on. So if you're working on refining your turning kick and you want to start off with your lead leg, okay, really work on slamming that knee up and getting that hip dumped over, and you want to refine that. Well, you got to go back through step by step. First start up with that knee lift, turn that hip, pivoting that bottom foot, coming out and fully rechambering before you're done. And just focus on all those small little details. As part of your training, you also want to be working on the rear leg, refining your skipping motions, because those are all part of training your turning kicks. When you're training the refinement of your technique, you can either have someone watch you and coach you and tell you what you're doing wrong. So you can stand in front of a mirror and train your kicks and work on developing any refinement and see if you're dropping your hands, you're stepping, or whatever small little detail that you're doing. You're looking down, you're looking up. Instead of bringing your knee more straight up, maybe you're bringing it around, and that's slowing you down. All these things that you can do when you are training in a mirror. If you don't have a large mirror like we do here at the gym, you can also record yourself. And then you have the luxury of going back and watching it in slower motion to pick out any little detail that you may be doing wrong. But be your own critic and watch yourself, what you're doing right, what you're doing wrong, and get rid of anything that you're doing wrong. Another thing that I kind of talked about a second ago is narrowing the line of attack. What I mean by that is if you're doing the turning kick and you're bringing your knee up a little bit more to the side and you're coming around, that side motion is slower. A straight line is covering less distance than a circle, so a straight line is going to be faster. Bring your knee up like a front kick and then turning the hip over and coming through, going to be faster than bringing it all the way around. So you want to refine that line of attack as you're coming through. So I'm going to show you guys a couple different leg strengthening exercises that are all based on isometrics. Isometrics is really the key to explosive action, and all it means is it's a static exercises that you're going to hold your position, holding for 20 and 30 seconds at each set. Basically what you're doing in the isometric exercises, especially with what we're doing, you're working on the major muscle groups, that is your leg group that is holding that position, but you're also working on all the small muscles that's necessary to hold your balanced position. So this strengthens your core as well as strengthening your leg muscles. We can do all of these exercises with the side kick, front kick, and roundhouse kick chambers. It all depends on what you want to develop, or if you want to practice all of them so you can develop all of them. So the very first one, I do it out of a front kick because I want to make sure that my legs are stretched out, but I'm going to pick the knee up. I'm going to grab just below the kneecap. I'm going to pull it into the chest nice and tight. and then I'm going to hold it there for 30 to 45 seconds. Holding it up nice and tight, high as I can pull it in. I want to hold that position. 35, 45 seconds, however long you're going to hold it for. And then of course we're going to do the other side. Squeezing this in and then holding that position. Okay? And do at least 2 sets for each chamber motion that you're going to be doing. If I'm doing the roundhouse kick, I'm going to point the knee in a full chamber. I'm going to grab my ankle, maybe a little bit higher on my shin, picking that knee up as high as I can, and then holding that position. I'm going to do the same with side kick, but on the side kick I want to grab just below the kneecap and lift and squeeze and pull that into the chest. If I'm trying to do side kick and I grab the ankle, I'm going to pull it, the knee straight, and it's going to go into the roundhouse. So I want to grab just below the kneecap and squeeze that in, keeping my shoulder pointed towards the target, holding that for 30 to 45 seconds. If I'm practicing side kicks from that chamber position, I extend it out, bring it all the way back. Whether I practice setting it down and coming back up, or I practice just the chamber motion, that's really up to you. If you don't have the strength to hold yourself up like I'm doing without holding on to something, I can practice holding on to a wall, a strong chair, a kitchen countertop, whatever it is I need to get that balance taken out of the equation. When you're training by holding on to something, it's a crutch. Eventually you want to get rid of the crutch. So as you're holding on to the wall, let go. And if you start to lose balance, it's right there, you can grab it again. Eventually you have the muscle strength to do what I'm doing, where you're not holding on to anything. And really that forces you to keep your upper body up, because if I am grabbing onto something, a lot of times my upper body will lean because I'm putting more weight on the grip than I am using that lower back muscles to squeeze up and remain vertical. So it's a crutch, and you want to get rid of that crutch as soon as possible. Same exact thing if I'm doing the turning kicks, whether it's lead leg or rear leg. I pick up that front leg, extend, rechamber, and down, and working those. The last one that you're doing, you want to lock and hold out for a 10-second count. So if I'm doing the turning kicks, I want to hold this. Don't let it drop. Keep it up belt level high. Rechamber with balance. And again, if you're holding onto the wall, that's not really an issue. And then control, place your foot down. The next exercises are leg pulses. I've talked about this in my side kick video, where you get the leg up, you extend, and you're lifting or pulsing. You can also do circles, both clockwise and counterclockwise. There's a lot of different exercises that you can do. Another one that I like to do on that is blend the side kick into side kick, hook kick, and roundhouse, and work all those muscles to get that working together. That is probably one of my favorite leg exercises to do, is combining the pulses with that hook, roundhouse, and side kick. Front kick's the same thing. Knee up, lock and hold it, rechamber with balance. If you guys like what we're doing, please subscribe to the channel so that when the second video in the series comes out, you can see it. The second video is also on performance speed, but we're focusing on exercises to develop your fast twitch muscles, which is the other method of training and drilling for faster kicks. So until next time, God bless and keep on kicking.